Welcome to the show, Laura.
Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Same here. Guys, I have with me Laura Russell of the band We Are Sovereign. They're a new metal band from Derby, East Midlands, United Kingdom. Am I right?
That's right, man. That's what
I have to do my digging on you guys. And if I could remember vividly, I reacted to your debut single, uh, Born and Bridges, Betrayal. All right?
Yeah, man. Bridges burnt lessons learned. You did a reaction video, didn't you? It was so sick.
Exactly. Bridges, Burnt Lesson Learned, Betrayal. That
Yeah,
song was
man.
really fucking sick. Fucking sick.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm actually gonna ask you a couple of questions. The first question I'm gonna be asking you is, when was the band formed?
hmm Well, it goes all the way back to 2019. I've been in bands like since I was 15, and I just really wanted to form a band where we could create something and have like a special concept to it. So I started like writing and getting members on board, and it took a while to get like a lineup. It took us till 2021 to get everything together. It was an absolute nightmare. I had health issues. We had crazy time finding members. It was a mad time. Um,
Nice.
but in the
It really
end, we
can be
got there.
challenging.
You what,
Oh,
man?
cool. It really can be challenging. Yeah. Trying to put up a band because yeah, you're gonna put out a lot of invites to a lot of people, but it all depends on the the passion level. You get it?
Mm,
Because there is there is this plan where you or this plan of yours where you know what you want with the band. You have a goal, what you're trying to achieve with the band, but the others might not really have that same level of passion. So it can be really challenging to find people who kind of like think alike, you know, or who have the
yeah,
same goal you with the project.
exactly.
So
That was the main issue. Is like obviously it still is my baby, this band, and like I wanted to make sure that every member that I got on board was 100% in it, 100% passionate about music. And all of us have been doing music all our lives. Like, as much as some people say that music's a hobby, like, to us, we enjoy it, but we also take it seriously. And finding all members that do that is so rare. Like, it's really difficult. Like, people will know if they're out there trying to form a band right now. It's so difficult to find people that are on the same wavelength as you. It's mad. You
yeah,
probably know yourself. It's mad. Like,
yeah,
just finding members who want to turn up to practice, want to you know pump money into it. And it's so rare. Like, I'm so blessed to have all the guys. Shout out to them, by the way. Seb, Ash,
cool,
Sam, and
so
Alfie.
cool.
Like, they believed in my vision, and they literally didn't question anything. I told them my idea, I told them the concept, and they were like, I'm on board with you. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, let's do this. And I was like, wow. Like, for someone to believe
Um,
in you
that's
like that, like, it's crazy,
that's interesting. That's really
Mad,
interesting. Uh,
madness.
that's really interesting. I'm so excited to be having this chat with you because you're the first female vocalist that I'll be interviewing on my channel. So it's
Oh,
really an honor.
sick. Shout out
Yeah.
to the screamers that have fannies. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Big
The
up.
next question. Yeah, you want to say something? Go
No,
ahead.
no, all good, man. All
Okay.
good.
All right. So what influenced your musical style? Question number two.
Um, well, I'm into all types of music myself. Like, I'll go from AC/DC to Biggie Smalls to Bring Me the Horizon to Little Mix. I literally
Oh,
love all types of music. Like, but inspiration wise, I'd say obviously metal, without that goes without saying. But I started off quite light, like Bless the Fall, Early
oh,
Bullet, My
good
Chemical
God.
Romance. I know My Chem aren't metal, but like, Taking Back Sunday, I started off with all that kind of music. And as I got older, I got heavier, like Eternal Lord. I don't know if you've heard of them. All Shall Perish,
I know I shall
Caliban.
perish.
Yeah,
Yeah, Caliban, I
Caliban,
know the band too.
Chimera. They were one of the early metal bands I listened to. And all of that merged together it influences me. Like, there's so many bands. Honestly, people get so shocked when they, they're in the car with me and I've got Spotify on. They're like, "What? I didn't expect that to come on your playlist." Like, they're like, "What the fuck?"
I know that
So,
feeling, right? Here in my community, I'm seen as the weird one because I'm in a country where metal is not even appreciated. Like
uh,
virtually 80% of the population don't even know anything about this genre of music. So when they see a random dude like playing something different, something they've never really heard before, and they just like, oh, yeah, was this weird dude? That's so weird.
embrace it,
I
man.
really,
Embrace it.
I really, I don't fucking care, man. I blast my metal anywhere. Sometimes I can just chill outside and I take my Bluetooth speaker and I blast my metal. I don't give a fuck. And
Yes.
it's really cool. It's really cool that I'm kind of like creating awareness about the music because a lot of my neighbors, their kids would always rally around me, and they also want to headbang with me and stuff. And they'll be like, "Hey, can you teach me how
Sick.
to do this? Can you teach me how to headbang?" And it's
That's
just
so
fun, really, having
sick.
the kids around me. Yeah.
Yes. You're creating little metalheads. I like it. That's what the world needs.
Right.
You need to you need
So
to
yeah.
go you need to go to the shop with a speaker sellotape to your head, blasting out metal. That's what you need to do.
Oh yeah.
You need to get
Yeah,
on it,
that's it,
mate.
right?
You need to spread the word. We need more metalheads.
Yeah, yeah. Right. We need more metal.
We need
Yeah.
more metalheads.
Cool,
They need
brother.
to breed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, question number three: how do you feel after dropping your debut single?
Mate, I am overwhelmed. Like, I'll be honest with you, when the video premiered, I cried my eyes out with happiness. Like, we're all so, like, we can't believe it's happened. Like I said, because it's been a couple of years, like, in the making. Like, it's overwhelming to see. Like, I knew the milestone that we wanted to get to. Like, we wanted to release a video, we wanted to get a single done, and seeing it happen is just, it's such a proud moment. Like, it's undescribable, mate, honestly. And like I said, behind closed doors, like, as a band, me individually, like, we've been through so much that people haven't seen, or like the struggles that we've got from me starting the band to where we are now, and to overcome all that and still do it, and through lockdown as well. Like, obviously we went through lockdown like everyone else did, and
Yeah.
we're just proud. Like, we're absolutely just overwhelmed, mate. I'm still happy about it now. like it's
Cool.
music that I listen to as well. Like, I'll listen to it. Like, I'm not, some bands out there say, I don't listen to my own music. Like, I'm proud of our music. Like, I'll listen to it, I'll jam to it, and I make music that I want to listen to. So yeah, man, we love it. It's
Yeah, I know
sick.
that feeling, right? It can be really exciting, just like when I dropped my debut single. Holy shit!
Yeah,
It really
man.
meant the world to me. Even if production is not as great, because we don't have metal producers here. But my producer really, really did good. And it was really cool getting out to the public and getting my voice out there. Like it was really emotional for me. It was really emotional for me, and I think the best thing that happened to me was even starting this channel.
Mm.
I planned to do this about 2 years ago, but I don't know. I was kind of procrastinating and hoping to get vlogging equipment first, and I just couldn't afford it at that moment, so I wasn't able to start up the channel until this year. Then I
Yeah.
also had health issues as well. Last year, September, I was down with a very serious affliction, which kind of like spanned out to like 8 months. But fortunately for me, I was able to survive it. And
Mm.
I just, thought of starting up the channel and just, doing something that I love and, seeing where it gets me to, even if I don't have vlogging equipment just yet, just my phone. So I started a
Mate, you're
channel and
smashing it.
it's been fucking amazing. I mean, it's like the best thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I have no regrets at all. I'm building a lot of connections with this band, something I never thought was possible. I
Mm.
was just a dude who was listening to metal as of last year. So fast forward to this year, it's just really amazing. It's really, really amazing. And I just hope to keep at it and, see where it takes me.
You should be
So I
proud
miss a
of
few.
yourself, mate. Your channel's so sick. Like, it puts a smile on my face. Like, when you did our reaction video, like, you're making people smile and you're giving like genuine feedback as well. Like, your channel's awesome. Like, you're a good guy. You're a good guy.
Thank
Big
you. I
respect
put
to you,
out.
mate. big respect to you.
Thank you. Thanks.
I
And you
do.
too. Doing this mutual.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on to the next question. Is there anything to expect from you guys pretty soon? Because I'm dying to want to hear something new from you guys.
Oh, well, I'm actually in the studio on Sunday. I don't know when this is going to get released. What date are we on today? 5th. I'm in the studio on the 17th doing vocals.
Oh,
So we're hoping to get a track out by the end of the year. I can drop
what?
the track
All the
name. The track name's called Nostalgia.
nostalgia.
So, yeah, that's the track name.
That's
And
catchy.
the concept of the album is to take you through each part of life. And this one's acceptance. So that's the chapter. So yeah, so hopefully by the end of the year, if all goes well, we'll have you a new video and a new track. So that's what we're up
I'll
to
be
at the
looking out.
moment. Well, I've got merch coming soon as well, so look out for that. Got some sexy merch.
That's
Dave,
awesome, really. That's
get
awesome.
down the catwalk
I
with
just
that
can't
on.
fucking wait.
Yeah,
I'm hot. Yeah,
we'll,
cool.
we'll
That's
make
really
we'll
cool.
make we'll make you a little skirt or something, a little crop top. That's about that. Yeah.
That'll be fucking amazing, right? That'll be fucking amazing. I just can't wait. I just can't wait, really. Um, so the next question, what is the story behind your song Bridges Burned, Lesson Learned, Betrayal? I've been meaning to ask you this, so I thought this interview would be a perfect opportunity to ask you.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, how deep do we go with this? um, well, obviously, overall, like as an overall thing, it is about betrayal, so anyone can relate to it. But it is based on true events, which I myself have experienced, and I don't
I see.
talk to both parties anymore, so I can talk honestly to you about it. But I was in a long-term relationship, and I got cheated on, and it was shit. And then
I can
obviously, I don't
imagine.
know whether you've read our interviews, but I struggle with gender dysphoria and I had an operation. And
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
I saw
happy with
that. I saw
myself,
that.
like, I had top surgery. And obviously, to get over the cheating, then I went through the operation. And then the way that the relationship ended was awful. It wasn't what they did, it was how they handled it. And then I got over that. And then I got with another girl years later after building my trust up, and I got betrayed again. And
Oh,
it
fuck.
actually wasn't going to be our first single, but because of obviously when we got in the studio and we started recording stuff, like we were really like, wow, this song sounds sick. So there was that as well, but also it reflected a lot that I was going through at the time, so it felt right to be the first single. So yeah, it's based on relationship experience. I know it sounds sweaty because a lot of people have been in bad relationships, and like I don't want people to see it as getting back at anybody or being vicious about anything. It's
Mm,
literally a portrayal of
mm,
art and
mm.
it's experiences that I've had, and that's how I've projected it, you know. So there's a lot of anger in there, and I've actually healed from it all now. It's just I think it's a good thing to put out there so that people who are
Yeah,
experiencing
sure.
it now can scream from the top of their lungs and relate to it more. We've had a lot of feedback saying I can relate to that. I'm going through this right now, or so that's the truth, mate. It's based on true events. Even the video to a degree is based on true events as well. So that's literally, yeah.
Mm.
It's like,
That's really cool.
Emmerdale, EastEnders.
I had to guess that this could probably be about a relationship betrayal, but I wasn't so sure. But I just thought this could, be more of a personal experience for you.
Yeah,
So good that,
absolutely.
kind of right about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like, we've all had betrayal of friends as
Yeah,
well.
sure,
I've been in
sure.
bands before where I've been betrayed, like when I
I've
was
had my
younger.
own fair share of that too, so I can relate.
Yeah, it's and yeah, I don't know. It's one of them where you feel like at the time I was like, do I do this? Do I really put that out there? Or I was a bit scared, but then I thought, you know what? It's an expression at the end of the day. It's something that I've experienced, and that's what musicians do, don't we? We write about our lives, and if we didn't have anything going on in our lives, then what would we write about? Peppa Pig, or I don't know. There'd be fuck all to write about. Literally, you know, scream about how I went shopping and got some carrots. Like, I just literally all your experiences are what makes you a musician. And that,
Yes, that's true. That's true.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Speaking about this, I intend to release an EP pretty soon. I'm just trying to save up for it. Um, and one title of the song that's gonna be in the EP is affliction, and it has to do with what I went through. So uh, I think I'm just kind of like agreeing with what you're saying. As a musician, a lot of times you tend to think about your personal life, like personal experience, kind of like
Mm,
want to share it out there to people through your music, which
yeah,
is really cool because when you make music that way, you kind of put all your emotions in it, so it
mm,
kind of like makes the music stand out, you know?
yeah, absolutely. Like, and you can tell as well, like, with a lot of bands when they release music, especially like Bring Me the Horizon, for example, like you can hear the emotion in the voice. Like,
Uh,
you've lived that, you've done that, and
I used to be a huge fan of those guys, but I don't
yeah,
know,
man.
lately they just kind of disappointed.
Oh
They just
man,
kind of watered down the sound a bit, so. But I used
see,
to
I'm
be
the
very,
opposite.
very
I
heavy
love,
on those guys way back in high school.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the progression's amazing. Like they've come a long way. Like they're
That time.
really growing, aren't they? So
So
good
they
band,
have.
man.
So question number six. How did you come up with the name We Are Sovereign? It's a very catchy name, and I've been like racking my brain to want to know how that came up about this name.
I can tell you that
I love to
secret. I
know.
can. Well, it was actually me and a member at the time. Well, there's a member who didn't eventually be in the final lineup. There's a bassist, and we sat down and we were just reeling off names, and there was loads, like we literally had a notepad in our phone of endless names, and the one that caught my eye the most and was We Are Sovereign, and it basically represents the fact that we've all been in bands since we were younger for years, and this is
Mm,
basically our last go of doing it because I'm getting old, me, nearly a grandma, getting older,
mm,
and it's literally our last shot. So it's kind of a representation of, sovereign means power. It means, you're at your best, and that's what it represents, doesn't it? So we are sovereign. It means that we've all been in bands, and this is our, you know, this is our fucking everything now. So that's where it came from, and that's what it means, mate. Yeah,
that's
man.
really cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, question number seven. Any vocalist that inspired you to be one?
Ooh, there's. I'd say obviously the early Bullet is why I started screaming. Like Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. That was the
Mm,
song that made
and the
me want to
song, yeah.
scream. The beginning bit, like let's go, that bit. Um, Ollie Sykes is a massive inspiration to me as well. Their early stuff, and obviously going through to like Suicide Season. Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence, who sadly isn't
Holy
with us
shit.
anymore,
Mitch,
but he's an
Mitch was a
absolute
fucking beast.
legend. Yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
I used to, practice my high screams to their albums, and yeah, there's a lot really, different ones as well, like even Caliban and Ask and Alexandria, the early album. There's
Yeah,
loads of different into like I feel like because I listen to like the medium metal and like the heavier stuff, I've kind of got a bit of everything, if you know what I mean. I can
yeah, sure.
scream, I could do like deathcore, or I don't know, just go here and there.
I hear
So
you, yeah.
yeah, oh well, they're my influences.
That's
Yeah,
really
man.
cool.
What about you?
You
What
really have
what
a,
influences you? What are your vocal influences? I'd love to know.
uh, truth is, I never really started out a metalhead. I started
Mm,
out very soft with the likes of Coldplay, Snow Patrol, Papa Roach, a lot of
yeah,
bands like that, Stone Sour.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I think what kind of like got me into metal was August Bones Red, my
yeah. Good
favorite
band.
band.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember I was streaming for some songs back then, just random songs, and I bumped across Vital Signs from August Bones Red. I think that was the first song I listened to.
Mm.
and I just downloaded a song and I tried to play it, and it was nothing I've ever, you know, listened to in my entire life. Like I was blown away because this is the first time that I'm experiencing something as heavy and sick at the same time. Like, and August Burns Red has this distinct style in their sound. And it just kind of like, endeared me toward the band. And I was like, no, no, I really need to dig these guys. And that was basically how I got hooked to metal.
Mm.
Before then, I did listen to the likes of Korn, yes, and there's this other band too called Guaranty, I think, but I never really enjoyed the
Convex.
sound. Yeah, kind of right? I never really enjoyed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sound. I like kind of now though, but like back then, I never really enjoyed the sound. But there was just something about August Bonjour that hooked me to the band. That was basically how progression started, and I decided to search for bands that sounded similar in style. And I got to find out about Parkway Drive, and
Yeah,
so I was
good
asking
bands.
Alexandria the whole the style about asking Alexandria, and just to cut the long story short, here I am, and I listen to way more extreme stuff. I've been experimenting lately with technical death metal, deathcore.
Yes.
So I'm more of a core dude, but I listen to a lot of other metal genre.
I've noticed from your reaction videos you love your heavier stuff, don't you?
Yeah,
You
right,
love your heavier stuff, man. You
right.
do. See, as I've got older, I've kind of died down a bit. Like I started, like I said, I started off soft. I got into really, really heavy stuff, and then as I've got older, I've kind of gone the opposite way. Like I'm more into my pop punk now and stuff as well. Like, don't know. Maybe it'll go back when I'm 90. Probably like, don't know. It's just
Just
it's
lazy, right?
unpredictable. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, it's unpredictable. That's true. That's true. It's unpredictable. Yeah,
Mm. I hope
because
you
I
can't
can
hear my
remember there
phone
was one time.
notifications. Sorry, I was
Yep.
just gonna say I hope you can't hear my phone notifications going off. I do apologise. Don't
No,
know.
no, it's okay.
Oh man,
It's
what were you
okay.
saying? Sorry.
Yeah. I was saying, I'm just trying to like, agree with you on this. In this, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you, man. All good.
Okay, 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 perfect. So I'm just like kind of, trying to agree with you on this. There was one time I said to myself, I don't think I can ever listen to metal because
Mm,
I just thought it was just, pure noise.
yeah,
Nothing to enjoy there. But here I am. They proved me wrong. So that's one crazy thing about progression, though. So
mm.
the next question, where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Ooh, all we'll all be strippers. I'm joking. um, I'd say,
So,
I just,
so fucking
I'd
hilarious.
say, I just want us to. I'd say, obviously, we want to tour the world. We want to get our music out there as much as we can. But I'd say on behalf of us all, like we want to look back and see the progression of the band. Like we want to see where we first started and look back at it and think, wow, we've got to this point. Like obviously doing it full time would be incredible. Playing festivals that we love, like Download, Bloodstock and stuff like that. Arenas, you never know. You never know what could happen in
Uh,
5 years.
all right.
You know, there's a lot of bands doing that. But I'd say to be
So just
happy
keep
doing it
pushing.
full time and just be proud of what we're doing. And make music that we love. Obviously you've got your fans, but it's important that you make music you love as well. So I'd love to see us, in 5 years, just happy and enjoying what we're doing. That's what we've had this discussion as well, like, as a band in interviews and stuff, and where do we want to be? And we've all said tour the world, do it full time. That's our main goal. Get because like weirdly we all have jobs. Like we work in the day, band at night, weekends, and I've done a 10-hour shift today. you know,
Oh,
is mad. Like
imagine. That sounds
so.
really stressful.
Yeah, so to do it full time would be incredible. That's our dream. If I look back on this interview in 5 years' time and I'm doing that, then this is going to be the backdrop of one of our shows. It's going to be on the screen.
That'll be cool. Really cool.
Yeah,
That'll be
man.
cool. I like your realistic approach to the project. It's really cool. It's really cool. I have two more questions and then we'll round off. Question number nine: what challenges have you guys encountered with being able, and how have you been able to overcome these challenges? Because
Ooh,
putting up a band together and making music can be really challenging. So I'd like to learn,
yeah.
I'd like to know what the challenges you had along the line. Now you're able to overcome them.
Um, we're really, really lucky. Like musically and everything, we're all on the same page. So creating the music, rehearsing in the studio, we're all on the same page. So challenge-wise, with that, absolutely nothing. I'd say more the challenges we've had is my health, which was a sucker. Like I was ill for a while because I met Ash first, and then obviously we had lockdown, but also like me being ill kind of stopped me from finding members as quick. I was just drained and it was just horrible. And then I'd say I had a scare as well before I went in the studio. I had a cancer scare, which was shit. As a band, we're kind of like, obviously the outcome of that, if that would have been different, then obviously overcoming that, it ended up being okay. So it wasn't obviously something we had to overcome as a band, but it was kind of like it was a challenge for us because we are kind of like, okay, we'll just have to sit here and wait and see what happens. And because it happened literally before I went into the studio to record vocals for Bridges, so it's kind of just a waiting game. Just sat there like, okay, we'll wait for the results, and then the band kind of lies on that really. Um, but yeah, it's more health things, and I'd say obviously lockdown was a challenge as well. Obviously, we overcome
Yeah, it
that
was.
by FaceTiming and basically planning stuff behind closed doors. Like we made sure that when lockdown lifted, we were ready. We were like, right, we're gonna do this video. We're gonna get in the studio. And something as well, a mad fact for you. The music video Bridges Burn. Like we hadn't performed as a band before that video. That was the first time we were ever together as a band and performing. Because the lockdown,
Wow,
we literally had two
that was
choices.
really cool.
We were like, okay, after lockdown's gone, we can either book the video and just go for it. Whatever happens, happens. It can either look a shambles, we'll all look like we're at an old man's disco, or we can literally, you know, rehearse for weeks on end and then do the video. And we're like, you know what? Like lockdown has made us realise that you literally can't sit on time anymore. You literally don't have, you know what I mean? You need to just chase what you're doing and go for it. And we literally just did it. We're like,
Yeah,
right. Luckily, came out all right. We're like, all right, we
yeah,
look
it
like a
was all
band.
right,
It's
really.
all right.
And I'm surprised you guys. I'm surprised that you guys have not come together to perform as a band before releasing the video. That was the most professional thing I've ever seen. Wow.
Man, that means a
It's,
lot. Thank you.
damn,
It's
you're
there's a
welcome.
lot.
You're welcome.
Like we were
Wow.
terrified. Like I myself hadn't done a music video in it was 3 years before that. Like it'd been 3 years. So even myself, I was like, what? Well, here's another funny fact for you. I fell into the drum kit when I was filming. You know the bit on the video where you see me put my foot on the drum kit at the end.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally before I fell into the kit. Like I literally just fell into the kit because I was that nervous. I was literally just stumbling everywhere, mate. It's honestly,
I
it's
can
like I had
imagine.
about 100 pints. I was literally like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It was so nerve wracking. I was like, oh
I
my
can
god,
imagine. Really.
it was so scary. But now that one's out of the way, I think I'll be okay for the future.
But I think you'll do more better. It's your first time. It's normal to be nervous.
Mm,
It's normal for performance anxiety to kick in. So don't
yeah,
beat
yeah.
yourself up. And you guys did really good. So it wasn't even noticed. that
Thank
was that
you.
was really professional. Really professional. All right. The last question for today. If you had an opportunity to choose three mainstream bands to play with you on a live show, what bands would you choose?
Ooh, what to do a tour with or a show or yeah. Um, am I speaking on myself or the whole band? I don't know. Um,
You can speak for yourself because you all might not have the same choices, with bands.
yeah, yeah. It's Steps, Pingu, and Venga Boys. No, I'm joking. I'd say for me myself, it'd have to be one of them. Honestly, would have to be Bring Me the Horizon, like just for like because I've like I said I've been from day one to now, so everything that they've made and done, I've just been like watching them, be like whoa. So that'd be amazing. God, I'd have to say AC/DC as well. I'm a massive, massive AC/DC fan. Like absolutely huge. I've got Angus on my leg, tattoo on my leg of Angus. And if you can see that behind me, it's an AC/DC poster. Absolutely bum them.
I can see it. I can see it over there. You really
Yeah,
have a
man.
huge fan. Cool, cool.
Yeah. And then,
I never really got into classical rock that much.
mm,
So I think I kind of started with the new generation sort of rock and metal. So I wasn't really big into some of these bands, but I still respect the bands because they're pioneers of what we're listening to today. They might not be
mm,
as heavier, but
mm.
more like the band that started up this whole thing, and I think we just got to give them credit for that. You know?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Like, just trying to think of another one. Just, you know what it is? It's because there's so many that
Yeah,
here's
so
the
many
question.
bands
When
out
someone
there.
says to you, what's your favourite band? It's like, I have no fucking idea, mate. There's so much I could say about
Too
so
much
many
bands out
bands.
there.
Like, if I had to choose one band to listen to for the rest of my life, I really don't know. Um, do you know what? Do you know what I'm actually going to say? And a lot of people might be like, "Oh, that's so sad," or you know what I mean? Because people that are into like the actual proper like heavy metal. I'd have to say My Chemical Romance, just for the pure fact that the Three Cheers album was a massive, massive inspiration to me growing up, and Gerard Way himself, I think he's an absolute legend. Like, it'd have to be them. I just think they're obviously you had to be around at that era. Like the later stuff, I don't really listen to, I'll admit, but the first two albums, like they were a massive part of me growing up. So to
I
share
did
the
enjoy
stage with
those
them,
albums too. I did enjoy
yeah,
those albums. Ghost of You, all this shit. I think that's my favorite. I like the song. I
mm,
like the song. It's really cool.
yeah, the Three Cheers album is something else. It's a masterpiece. I think you had to be around at the time, didn't you, to like appreciate it. Like I don't know how it'd be if I heard it now. Like I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like if you heard it now coming out, like I don't know about yourself. I always think that about albums. That I think, would I like it if I heard it now, or what would my view be? Do you know what I mean? Think with music, you go through the memories and the you know what I mean, like the time,
Yeah.
like you really feel it at that time. And but I still listen to music and bands that I listened to when I was a teenager. Like I can't let it go. Like that's the main stuff I listen to. Like more than new stuff coming out.
I
Like
see.
I'll still be, I'll still jam the Three Cheers album. I'll still jam the Poison album by Bullet. I don't know. Can't let it go. I'm
I
still,
understand.
I'm still, 18 in my head. Oh,
I understand. I
still a
understand.
kid at heart.
All right. Yeah, right. We're all kids at heart. So.
Yeah, man.
It's so good having you on the charts. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation. I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate that. And if anyone's watching, our videos out, Bridges Burnt, Lessons Learned on YouTube, and it features Ryan from Fit for a King. So go check it out and check out the rest of BJ's channel as well. I know where you live, you know. Uh,
Yeah,
he's a
thank you.
legend. I appreciate you having me, man. And obviously, shout out to Seb,
Thank you.
Ash, Sam, and Alfie. I know I'm on my own right now, but obviously, shout out to them guys. I love you all. So,
I
yeah,
love you
man.
too. Yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna drop the bounce link in the description below so you can check them out. I'll also drop the link to the new video so you can just check it out too.
It's
Fernando,
sexy.
thank you so much. Yeah. Catch you
Yeah,
later.
man. Thanks for having me. Big
Yeah.
love. Take care, man.
You too.
Bye bye.